they rule the football world.
The Eagles are premiers.
Football's holy grail firmly within their overpowering grasp. They were the game's most respected leaders, uncompromising, united, indestructible in a common pursuit of football immortality. A decade later, and their circumstances couldn't be more different. The apprentice is enjoying a moment in the sun. Invincible through 8 rounds, his birds of prey have conquered all before them. The master is feeling the heat, wings clipped and vulnerable to attack from hungry predators. Can the Magpies rise up and defend their nest from the unstoppable marauders from the west? We'll find out as Collingwood host West Coast on Saturday afternoon football.
Round 9 of season 2005, the AFL Community Weekend of Football continues, where the game pays tribute to the volunteers and grassroots support that it gets right around the country. We're at the home of football this afternoon, the mighty Melbourne Cricket Ground, for Collingwood taking on the West Coast Eagles. Jason Bennett alongside former Collingwood Premiership champion Tony Shaw, with Hall of Famer Kevin Bartlett and Glenn Manton to join us shortly. Shorey, top versus bottom. Big ask this afternoon for the Magpies, but having said that, opportunity to kickstart their season with a big scalp. There's none bigger in the game at the moment to just go out there, attack, throw caution to the wind and go for it.
Well, that's right, and Mick Mullis has come out this morning in the papers and said exactly that, and I'm very happy about that, because he said they cannot try and cut the West Coast Eagles down and kick a score big enough to win. And we can see what's happened over the last couple of years, where the West Coast were last year to Collingwood. Well, nothing's changed with Collingwood, but of course the West Coast have had a brilliant start to this season.
And that's been largely on the back of their young players coming through, the likes of Hansen and right across the ground they've had young players that have stepped up. As we take a look at some of the matchups, Chris Tarrant is back in the side, recovered from that calf injury to take his place in the lineup.
Well, I hope they try something different. He started at full forward there, but I'd like to see him push up the ground, and maybe Cameron Cloke come and play in the square to straighten them up if they can. Travis Cloke's in the side also, but Adam Hunter, hasn't he had a great year at centre half back? He's really found his niche in this side now.
He certainly has, from the likes of Brett Jones down there as well. They've got some toughness, some old style West Coast defence down there. Through the middle of the ground, some big names for West Coast obviously. Chad Morrison in against his old side will be keen to impress. No Chris Judd this week, of course, out suspended.
Well, that means a lot more notice will go to those other players like Fletcher and Cousins. We go to the half-back line. James Clement, Ashley Hanson's been one of those young players you were talking about who's come through this year. Clement could go with him. And, of course, Quinton Lynch, what a big body at full forward. He straightens up. And Phil Matera back in the side has had a horrid year.
He's kicked 19 goals in his last 7 games against Collingwood, so he's due for one this afternoon.
Yes, he is.
Big job in the ruck for David Fanning and Cameron Cloke up against the form ruckman of the competition in Dean Cox.
Oh, Dean Cox, I think second only to Peter Everett, I would think, in the competition. And, yeah, as you said, it is a big job. And there's the benches. Josh Wooden back in for the first game for the season.
His first game for the year, and Daniel McConnell plays his second game after debuting last week. And here we go. Thanks for having us at your place right around the country. Collingwood and West Coast from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Dean Cox in the ruck, up against Fanning. At ground level, Lecura in there working hard. He's going to be crucial this afternoon. A pilot on top of him will have a secondary bounce. Paul Lecura averaging 25 touches a game, second in the AFL at the moment. Polled 2 Brownlow votes last time these two sides met. Mark Fraser, former Collingwood and Essendon player, officiating this afternoon. That bounce will be taken by Brett Rosebery. Free kick in the ruck contest. It's going the way of Dean Cox. He'll chip it short and wide to the members' wing and find the skipper, Ben Cousins. Cousins will dart inboard. He'll kick it long inside 50 to the tall timber. Here comes Gardner. This for a great start for the visitors. From just inside 50, he launches it high and long. He claps it through. Eagles are on the board.
A bit too quick at ground level.
Throw in at half forward for West Coast. Over the back of the contest, danger. Here's Chick. Just eludes Dane Swan. Inside 50. It was a beautiful kick to Hansen. Booted 14 goals, 7 for the season. On its way. And that's home as well. Eagles have got the opening 2 goals. So the Pies having to work hard without the football early. West Coast dominating possession. Lynch through the congestion. Cousins taken down. Here's Gardner. Wheels onto his right boot and snaps a goal. Here's red hot Michael Gardner. Frustration early for Mick Malthouse, just trying to get the structure right. Holland got the hands free. Now to Swan from a tight angle. No one back there for the Pies. Cox can gather inside the line.
Geez, mobile for a big bloke, isn't he?
He's loving his footy at the moment. Leads the game with 7 possessions. Goes out to half-back. Beautiful kick. And finds Hunter. Hunter squares it up to Glass. Here's Cox again presenting. Fletcher. Run down. Good pressure from Holland. Holding the ball. Needs to get it in quickly. Tarrant one-on-one with Glass. He leads up the middle, does Tarrant. Holland ignores it. Tarrant's got a double back. And in this time, West Coast can get numbers back. Morrison will go long. Shaw's in position. He's a chance for the Pies. He's got it. And Reece Shaw delivers. Collingwood on the board.
Just to be trailing by 12 points is a bonus.
It is.
For the Pies. There's Cameron Cloke just taking a breather. Reece Shaw having a fantastic season for the Pies. Again, the bounce of the ball there by Mark Fraser wasn't very high. There's a push out from James Clement. He's got away with it against Hanson. Goes wide. Finds Egan. Started on the bench. They've just got to keep moving it as fast as they can, the Pies, because they will push back the Eagles. They are very good. Here's Travis Cloke in front. He needed a runner.
Quick hands.
It wasn't there. He goes wide. Fanning inside the centre square. Has got it. The big man. Just playing game number 3. Spots up Ben Johnson.
Collingwood players peeling off very wide, looking for kicks.
Here's a chance. Carousella. Carousella will be shooting from right on 50. He's booted 13 goals for the season. He is a dead-eye dick. Young Egan, I know he had these first 3 kicks were out of bounds on the full last week, but some stage you've got to have confidence. You're playing the top level, and when you've got the ball and you're 20 metres out, you can have a shot.
Hasn't scored in footy so far, Chris Egan. This is his 2nd game.
Could have sold the dummy, maybe KB, but only selfish people like yourself would have ignored the handball.
What was he doing, handballing inside 50,
I don't
Tony?
know. Got no idea. Well, Kevin could talk about that.
Kevin was the master. He was the inventor of the look-away handball. His teammate called for the handball and Kevin looked away towards the wing. Wooden, O'Brien puts the pressure on. Again, Collingwood hunting at ground level. They're scrapping well, the Pies, at the moment. Fanning to Johnson to 50. Carousella. He's a great finisher, this, to give the Pies the lead. It looked unlikely 10 or 15 minutes ago, and it's unlikely with that looking kick. Out of bounds on the full. Opportunity goes begging for the Magpies.
It was most unusual.
West Coast Eagles started with Daniel Chick on Carousella. Now they've got Mark Nikoski. Now, Carousella's got one of the best players in league football of finding space in the forward 50. Maybe go with the senior player in Chick again.
Important 5.5 minutes for the Pies here. Glass to Chick. Well-weighted kick. It was great to Fletcher. Did not have to break stride. Hence the ball movement. Nice and fluent down the members' wing. At ground level again, the Pies have got some numbers. Here's Julian Rowe. Kick smothered. He's under pressure now. West Coast hunting in numbers. Sampi to Embley. Squares it up to a dangerous position. Coming across is Cloke. And Cameron Cloke picks it off. Can the Pies counterpunch?
Well, that's something his father was very good at, David Cloke. Just reading the ball across the half-back line. Would have passed that on to his son. There's a chance. O'Brien goes wide, finds Tarkin Lockyer. Lands in the arms of Holland. Spears the ball in. He was looking for Travis Cloke. And Nikoski paddles the ball over the line, and Magpie fans want a free kick. They'll get a boundary throw in.
A lot of very good handballs from West Coast to get it outside their defensive 50 because of the pressure.
Chance this time. O'Brien tried to pinch it, paddling the ball long in front. Needs a kind bounce. Now he needs support. Got it from Carousel. It was a poor handball. Had to take it at his feet. Stands and delivers. Cloke!
Oh, 50 metres.
Plus 50. And this will put the Magpies in front.
No doubt about the 50 metres.
Well, he won't get any sympathy from David, let me tell you, because he was one of the toughest blokes to play. Pies are in front. Lecuria's been picking him up.
Here is Lecuria, scrapping with Burns. Stengline in over the top.
You've got to get
holding
it
the
out.
ball. So here's a chance for West Coast.
That's a bit of a harsh decision from Mark Fraser, knowing that he had a Collingwood background, KB.
He's wearing red today, Shore.
Yes, he's got the red colour up, all power.
Stengline inside 50, off the hands of the contest. Embley tries to burst through the Davies tackle. Cox in over the top. Stengline. Chick through traffic from 55. Daniel Chick unloads and kicks a goal. Brilliant finish.
Daniel Chick has kicked his 4th goal of the season. He's playing across half-back. You can just see Alan Didak getting a message there from the runner. Cloak to do the ruck work. He's had a good first term. Burns works hard in close to Licuria. 2 wise heads combined. Here's a chance. Travis Cloak has the ball thumped away that time from Hunter. Chance for Chick. Hunter, good hands. Trapped well that time by Kerr. Dump. I like the tackling of the Pies, Tony.
Well, they're putting pressure on, no doubt about that, KB.
Chance for Jones. That's a good kick. And finds Matera. Long, long way from the forward pocket. He got the ball moving very, very quickly. Finds Braun. He's on centre wing. And Matera looked like he might have been going off. He just steps across the line as Sampi comes on. So Braun's got it on centre wing. Embley's a target. Thumped away that time by Maxwell. There's Ben Johnson, who's quick. Just fended off. Here's Davies, a young man off the rookie list. His kick's not good. Braun pounced on it. Good quick hands. Finds Cox. Runs to 48. Closes to 40. Hammers it home.
Sensing the danger and lifting accordingly. Second quarter at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Eagles by 12 points. Cox against Fanning. Spills to Kerr. Handball was into the path of Fletcher for him to run onto. He didn't read it. And Holland will get there first. Handball to Didak. First use now for the Pies. He marshals the troops. Looks up. Spears wide across the forward 50. Egan couldn't quite hang on, but at ground level. Exciting gather from Egan. Just over the head of Tarrant. And Glass can clean up. But Tarrant had him done cold then. Butler. Nikoski. Tidy down the line and finds Stenglein. The kick from Egan just floating over the head of Chris Tarrant.
You've got to make the most of those. Whether it was a fraction too high, it looked like Chris got at least both hands to the ball. You have to nearly mark them.
Stenglein will go long towards the southern stand wing. Big pack of plays. Hansen will arrive over the top. At ground level, Burns was front and centre to Clement. High kick back inside 50. Numbers there, and Stenglein will propel once again for the West Coast Eagles. Just the 2 touches in the opening term to Ashley Hansen. Braun. Switch play to Hunter at defensive 50. Looks up. Cousins makes a hard lead to the wing. He's got Johnson on his tail. So Hunter will switch once more. He's got Stenglein making room to the outer side. Does Jones, and he'll head in that direction. Chick there as well. Stenglein the recipient. He can push down the line to Fletcher. Didak with the spoil. Got it to ground. At ground level, here is Fletcher twisting and turning. Handball to Kerr. Kerr looks up. Goes to 50. Lynch the target and got it. The switch was that it was fluent. As soon as the player got the switch, he didn't hold on to the football, which created the space. And ultimately a goal to Quinton Lynch.
I liked it when Cameron Cloak in the first quarter was just hovering across that half-back. Across half-back, because they've got these big guns down there. They've got Gardner, they've got Hansen, they've got Quinton Lynch. Just wonder whether the Pies need another big bloke down there just to help out a little bit. You've got to play the ball on its merits, and you've got to make certain that you get across and help your teammate with a big punch from behind. You don't want to have a one-on-one contest. Here's a chance. Great roving that time by Burns. This could bounce through. This could bounce through. That's the thrill of the grass at the MCG. Burns kicks a goal for the Pies.
Cox to the front of the contest. Burns read it. Farmed it out. Snap from Holland will bounce to the square. Tarrant wrestling with his man Glass. Glass, a little handball was clever. To Chick off the outside of the boot. Braun versus Shaw one-on-one. Handball missed the body of Stenglein. Didak outnumbered. Chick to Stenglein was taken over the shoulder, Daniel Chick. Ball will come back and he'll get the free kick.
I tell you what, Collingwood need more out of Chris Tarrant. That's a one-on-one contest. He's been beaten by Glass too easily, and they need him to compete to the level. He's a high-priced player and a player that they need to really stand up today.
Didn't really look right to me then, Tony. He just looked like he was... I know there were some doubts about him coming into the game. I just fear that he's just not 100% fit. Here's a chance for Licuria. Pumps the ball inside 50. Here's a chance for Tarrant.
There it is.
Speak of the devil. To get the Pies within a kick. Kicks a goal. Just over 14 minutes left in this second term. Fanning did well in that contest. Second effort by the young man. Hammers the ball back inside 50, looking for a kind bounce. Cloak has got it. Travis gets the ball across the row. 2 young guns combined. Travis Cloak, quick snap. Bounces through. Across the face of goal. It's a goal.
Ben Cousins spent a lot of time in the forward line. He hasn't been on ball that often.
Fanning got the hit out. Cox wins it at ground level. Towards centre half forward. Hansen been well held so far. Clement, free kick in the back. It's coming back to Ashley Hansen. Just his third touch.
Gee, I don't know how you're supposed to spoil the ball, but the umpire said it was in the back.
Wide open forward line. We've got some tall timber there at the top of the square. Lynch will lead out now from full forward. Matera leads out and Gardner stays one-on-one back at the square with Wakeland. Collingwood one-on-one with Burns, the loose man inside defensive 50. Cousins gets a screen, gains some territory, goes deep and Fletcher re-establishes some breathing space for the Eagles. He's got his first.
More resistance from this young Magpies side than maybe what was expected. Chance for Stenglein, goes to ground. Cousins now having a run on the ball, dragged down. Rowe, quick kick towards centre half forward. Travis Cloak runs onto the ball, didn't quite hit the target. Back to Fanning, growing in confidence for the young man. Pumps the ball back inside 50. Swan went to ground. Here's a chance for Tarrant. A look away hand pass. Licuri or a kick a goal.
Be happy because the challenge is set for West Coast Eagles. Johnny Worsfold's always loved that, and Mick Moldhouse couldn't be any more proud of the effort from the Pies.
3.5 minutes remaining till half-time. Tarrant to a dangerous position and to a dangerous man, Burns, but he went to ground. Carosello, hand was important. He'll benefit with a goal. The Pies are in front.
8-2-50 the Pies, 7-2-44 the Eagles. Collingwood by 6 points. Here come the Pies. O'Brien hammers the ball deep into the forward line. Tarrant!
Well, they've got strong bodies in there, but better, and Tarrant kicks another goal.
If Collingwood can just sneak the first goal or two in this third quarter, it really will put the acid on West Coast. The margin at the moment, a pretty manageable 14 points. We know West Coast capable of exploding and kicking quick goals in a hurry. Jones, long outside 50 this time. Morrison picked it up, gave it to Johnson. Inside 50 to Tarrant. Well, if he can kick this, it'll be a pain in Glass's buttock. And he has. Tarrant's got 3. And Collingwood skip away to their biggest lead of the game. They lead by 20 points.
Boundary throw in just 10 metres around from the Eagles' goal. Big Fanning trying to take the front position against Gardner, who wins the tap. Cousins hits the ball hard. Great handball, great snap, great goal by Sampi. Pies by 14 points. Didak, third man up. Hunter cleans up for the Eagles, gives it across to Braun. Charges through the centre square. Gardner pleading for the ball. Keeps on running, maybe too far. Gets away with it. Hammers the ball back. Great grab, taken by Lynch. Takes Prestigiacomo on the goalpost with him.
Well, Quentin Lynch, this is where I just wonder about his footy brain. You've got the ball in your hands, and you know that the Collingwood players are trying to get in your head to give the ball up, and he just wants to get involved in it. That's when he's going to get Prestigiacomo, when the ball's kicked over their head, can hold him off the line, and he took a very good one-handed mark. But, gee, I wonder about sometimes Quentin Lynch and how he thinks about the game.
He's kicked 11 goals for the season. This is a big one. This to get within 8 points. Oh! Kicks him to the man on the mark. Tarkin Lockyer. This could be a monumental turnover for Collingwood. That'll lift their spirits. Here's a chance. Didak. No, it's Rowe. Takes a one-hander. Screaming for the ball is Davies. Rowe. Pondering inactivity. Now hammers the ball back. Here's a chance. Tarrant. Drops a sitter. Too easy for Tarrant. O'Brien somehow shovels the ball out. It was taken by Licuria. Kerr, great play. Dances on the spot.
Oh, well done.
Hippy shake. Chance for James Clement. Comes away, hammers the ball in. Gives it across to Fanning. They'll stand and deliver. Great smother off the boot. Desperate stuff at the MCG. Taken away by Cox. It was a look-away handball. He finds Banfield. Have to go backward. Nikoski gives it across to the Cousins, the general. Can he set it up? He can. Across half-back. He gives it to Hunter.
The Eagles working overtime in defence, but they did not panic under pressure. Embley at half-back.
And let me say, there was plenty of pressure. Fantastic standard of play. This is what you come to watch footy for.
One of the games of the year, this. One of the contests of the year so far. It has had all the intensity you can ask for. Top against bottom. Ladder position means nothing this afternoon. Two sides out there having a decent crack.
What do you normally think about someone who gets the ball smothered, KB, when they've got a set shot on goal?
Well,
Great
it's
grab.
something that should never happen.
Fanning over the top.
You should be able to go back, particularly when you're that close, Tony. You go back. No need to get that close to the man of the mark, but it's great guarding the mark. Put your hands in the air, stand on your toes.
Rowe goes long to a contest. Carousella's been dangerous today. He's been the ideal foil for Chris Tarrant. They've been a dynamic double act inside 50 for the Pies.
Look, this game has got everything at the moment. Both defences are trying to hold up, and Collingwood, I thought, getting on top at the moment against the West Coast Eagles. But, yep, everything you want to see in a good game of football. Tough, uncompromising. Something's got to break. You're just waiting for something to break. A 2 quick goals turnaround to either club.
Gardner in the ruck is interesting. Didn't spend any time in the ruck at all last week. He's now been introduced. O'Brien trying to get a handle on it at ground level. Lockyer. Rose had some important touches in the last few minutes. High ball. Holland had his run at it, shepherded out. Players going at the football, deemed the umpire, and the mark's taken by Jones. Brett Jones at half-back, takes a breath. Goes long to the wing. Travis Cloke caught underneath the football. Good grab taken by Hunter. Wants to get away quickly. Fletcher slipped his man. Can run to 50. Johnson puts the chase on. Fletcher can measure it. Bring it back and put it through for a goal. Class finish from a class player.
For the Pies, just 20 metres around from goal. Here's a chance. O'Brien. One grab player, it's done well. Stands and delivers. Quick snap across the face of goal. Got that! Couldn't take it. Maybe a chance to kick it off the ground. A bit of a fumble that time from Holland. Here's a chance, Fletcher. He's been tackled. Travis Cloke thought he had it and lost it. Wooden hits the target. And Check on the burst. Charges out across halfback. Great chasing by Tarrant. Can't bring him down. Great play by Check. Hammers the ball in. Wonderful kick to Matera. He's a goal kicker. He stands and delivers.
Look at
right
that.
on 50. Big goal by Matera. Big goal for the Eagles.
And over the top, thought about taking it out of the ruck in the end when he realised he was going up uncontested. Lucuria to Johnson. Outside defensive 50, numbers for West Coast. Sampi can get it in quickly inside 50. A lunge from Stenglein and he's got it. Very straight for the season, Stenglein, a pressure kick. But he is a class player. And class players kick those. West Coast back in front.
They've played 21 minutes into this third term. Collingwood led by 20 points not that long ago. Here's a chance for Cloke. Trying to get it down towards Lucuria. Taken away by O'Brien. Working hard in the clinches. Here's a chance for Holland. Thump forward that time by Sampi. Straight in the arms of Morrison. Playing against his old side. He was caught high. Slap across the face.
Okay, let's watch the momentum now. Cox has gone off the ball and Quinton Lynch is into the ruck.
Good spotting. Finds Lucuria. Right on the point of the centre square. Lot of leading for the Pies. Carousella out in front. Got a shot that time from Nikoski. He just got forced under the ball and Nikoski then just a little bit lazy. Just on 5 minutes left in this third term. Blake Carousella measures the kick and bangs it home. Pies by 4 points. They trailed by 12 points at quarter time. They led by 13 points at half time. They now lead by 4.
Now Cox back onto the ball.
Centering kick to Wooden. To Nikoski. To Jones. Through the centre square to the half-forward line. Looking for Hunter it was, who made quick ground. He did well.
Here's a massive kick too. Oh, he looked like he was going to try and handball.
Well, there's a good 65, 70 metres out. That's good vision. Banfield will stand right on 50. It's a big kick. Wow. It's a big bomb. Left nothing behind. Kicks a goal.
Won the best and fairest in 1996, Drew Banfield, and kicks a vital goal to give West Coast the lead late in the third term. Cameron Cloke up against Cox. Beautiful tap down to Kerr. Kerr explodes through the front edge of the centre square and chips to Fletcher. Champagne football from the Eagles. Fletcher kicks a goal. He's got 3.
I think he's a very impressive player, Travis Cloke. He's going to have a long, long future at the Collingwood Football Club.
Nikoski has got it from the kick out. Goes short. Finds Stenglein. Just sharing the ball around. This is what the Eagles did at the start of the match. They shared the ball around, kept control. Cox to Wooden.
Gee, they leave that space open between the centre corridor and the boundary line all the time, don't they? So they can just chip the ball.
Just work their way around the boundary line, Tony.
And then when they have to play on, they'll know they'll kick it long down the line. Or switch it like this. Gee, that's a great switch.
Well, he's conceded about 50 metres backwards. Taken away by Jones. So they're going to attack, this time from the Great Southern side. Braun got the bounce he wanted. Runs to 50. Big kick right to the hot spot. Gardner stands his ground. At the back of the pack also. Couldn't quite take it. Here's a chance. O'Brien shares the ball around. Gives it across to Johnson. Goes short and spears it into Reece Shaw. Now it's Collingwood's turn.
Gee, Egan's on the wing.
Didak just couldn't quite get back from the man on the mark. Good presence of mind. The run comes from Ben Johnson to centre half forward. Cloak's got to get back hard. Glass, who's had a terrific season, playing at full back. He's been one of their stars. Chick gives the ball out wide. Here's the champ. Cousins generating an enormous amount of the ball in that third term. Kicks towards centre half forward. Gardner! Usually he's a very straight kick. He likes it. Splits the centre.
That was the difference, though. Precise disposal going forward. Hit the target. Whereas we saw a couple of minutes ago, again, it was flooding down the other end for West Coast to counterpunch.
Yeah, as we said, that was early in the game. We talked about the foot skills of both sides. And you would think the West Coast Eagles are better in that area.
Well, Cox gave it to Nikoski, gives it across the glass. So
they could switch this back again. They do this so well.
One side of the ground to the other. Now they're tracking backwards. Nikoski to Cox. Groundhog Day at the MCG.
They could come back again, KB. They're not embarrassed about doing it.
You just can't assume that your opponent's not going to be in the chain,
right.
can you?
Well, if they do it once more, Bill Murray's going to pop up on our television screen. Here's a chance for Stenglein. Had the run at the ball, should have taken the grab. Burns battled so hard today. He's been brave to Johnson, to Holland, who's been good as well. Chance for the Pies. Going to ground was Didak. Good grabs, good hands that time by Braun. Had it, then lost it. It was a one-grab player caught in the tackle by O'Brien. And we've got a ball up just 20 metres out from Collingwood's goal.
Time behind play. Didak's got under the skin of a few players.
And there's Banfield and Didak exchanging pleasantries. Big chance for the Pies. It was a poor bounce. Taken by Egan. Kicks a goal.
Oh, Mark Fraser. It's that one. That thing about maybe having to call the bounce back and throw it up. That will be looked at very intently, but you make the most of your opportunities.
It's on. There's a lot of feeling now in this game. You see Tarrant and Glass just locking horns. Chick is doing the finger pointing.
Ooh-wee.
So what do you call that, a ruck clearance or a crumb?
Well, let's have a look. We'll see what takes place here. There's a high one that time by Didak.
That was just prior to that bounce, if you could call it that. Chris Egan gets his first goal in league football, and it comes in controversial circumstances. A poor bounce. He pounced, and it's 7 points the margin. Alan Didak into Drew Banfield, into Chick.
Oh, that's a free. Oh, should be a free kick. Didak went down, but the umpire didn't pay it.
Sensible umpiring. Let it go. Cousins, sock it off the ground. Holland. We've plucked one out here. Holland. It's going away with Phil Matera. The crowd roaring here at the G. We're building to a climax in this one. It deserves a grandstand finish. Matera run down from behind. The umpire called play on, so it was a good decision. You're allowed to tackle from behind if the umpire calls play on. Egan lopes away. The youngster will go to 65. He goes to the pocket looking for Tarrant. Hunter did well. Worked him under it and took the mark.
Again, not the greatest option. Should have gone back to the square. Tarrant led there, but even go all the way. Egan.
Glass. Awkward looking kick. Shaw read it. He'll play on. Reece Shaw from 50. Chips to O'Brien. Handball over the top. Dangerous at the feet of Caracella. He's got time to shoot and goal.
Oh.
They did it the hard way, but they did it.
point. Again, the bounce wasn't so good. It's a high ball. Here's a chance. Cousins. He'll stand tall. Ben Cousins has been a star for the Eagles. Looking for Gardner, his partner. Couldn't quite hit him on the target. Here's a chance. Licuria's working hard. Good chasing and tackling that time. Here's a chance now also for Holland. Rockets a ball wide. Burns had to hit it hard. Slid into the contact, into the tussle there. Here's a chance. Rowe backtracks and conceded ground. Gave it across to Travis Cloke, who toe-poked it to Ben Johnson. Sidesteps and sidetracks. And finds Didak. Just over 10 minutes left in this final term at the MCG. Top versus bottom, and Didak stands on 58, unloads. Beautiful kick! What a goal! Magpies are in front of the G.
It is a shocker. We don't want to harp on the point because he's doing his best, but maybe he should consider just throwing it up.
Not consider, just do it.
Ben Johnson spun out of trouble to the wing. Another one-on-one. It's been a feature of this game this afternoon. So many great individual battles. It's been old-style footy. Licuria, O'Brien, Banfield gets around him. O'Brien back the other way, out in front of Nikoski, and the Eagles should be able to repel. Handball over the top of Stenglein. Now to Braun off half-back. Spearing kick towards Hansen. Got it on the bounce. Overlap run from Chick. Chick tumbles it inside 50. Gardner! Not quite. Punched away by Clement. Matera was taken off it. Umpire said he did not have possession. Booted one in the third. West Coast are back in front.
That man on screen, Phil Matera, has booted 2 goals, both coming after half-time. And a big roar goes up from the Collingwood fans as Licuria pounces on the ball. Back to Lockyer. They've been brave today, those two. Good mark by Hunter. Stood tall against Travis Cloke. Now goes wide, finds Cox. The Eagles just might be starting to build more momentum. Cox, clever kick. Goes short and finds Butler. To Braun. Just slowing things down. I'd like to open up this corridor between the boundary line and the centre square. They just lead into it all the time, the Eagles. Here's a chance for Fletcher. It was a wild handball. It's been taken away by Burns. Gives it across to the runner. Johnson out wide. It's looking for young Egan, who kicked the goal in this last term. The young man just lopes onto the ball. He needs a cool head. Great play that time by Jones. Now they have to backtrack and retreat. They concede ground, the Pies. Young Egan, just not enough intensity on the ball as Licuria pumps the ball back. That was desperate there. Then that pack, it was a big punch away. Cousins, cool under pressure. What a star. What a champion. Taken away by Travis Cloke. Gave up the ball. Morrison, the tackler. Taken by Fanning. Handballs it out. Somehow shoveled it out to O'Brien. Stands and delivers. They need a wise head. He's got it. It's Reece Shaw. Reece Shaw looking for Didak. He kicks a goal. Magpies back in front by 5 points. What a game at the G.
In fact, the last 2 games, they don't play here often, Collingwood and West Coast, just 3 times in 10 years, but the last 2 games have been decided by 1 point in 2002 and 4 points in 1995. We've got another classic on our hands here. Rose run down by Stenglein. Braun got the turnover. Handball was big for Banfield, but he tapped it to Cox. Goes to Embley wide, and he marks despite the pressure of Morrison.
He's had a quiet game. He's still got 15 possessions, but hasn't had an impact, Andrew Embley.
Chips down the line to Stenglein. Forward of the wing. They set up again. Matera leads to the pocket. Gardner up the middle. Sampi comes from the square now. It's set for Sampi to fly. Couldn't. Fletcher. Kerr. Free kick. Holding the man. Tackle lingered on Fletcher.
Gee, I thought that was in the contest and the ball fell free. Mark Fraser, he's involved in everything in this quarter. But he said the jumper was held. And Chad Fletcher, we know, is a beautiful kick.
25 possessions.
Let's have a look. Oh, no, he didn't have the ball. And anyway, it would have been a free kick to Kerr around the neck after that.
He's booted 3 straight. He's never kicked 4 in a game. Fletcher Right to the line, off hands. Minor score. Collingwood fans breathe again. Well, in between booing, that is. 4 points the margin. We've played 20 and a half minutes in the final term. 15-9 to 15-5. Clement goes to himself. Then kicks long. Burns is his target. Braun pushes back on him but lost his footing. And Burns takes the mark.
Gee, Lucuria's on in the middle of the ground.
Feeds it back to Morrison. Now to Burns. They're trying to set up the loose man around the members' wing. Goes down the line. There is Lucuria.
Had a big game too, Paul Lucuria.
27th possession for Paul Lucuria. High ball inside 50. Tough for Didak to mark. Chick with the fist. Down to Stenglein. Now Banfield back to Stenglein. Down the line to Hansen, and he marks just inside the interchange gate.
Prestigiacomo is a kick behind play here, free by himself.
4.5 minutes remaining. It's the
That
Pies
kick.
by 4 points. Went to a 2-on-1, and Lucuria gets across to take the mark.
Well done.
It's a big 4 minutes for these young Magpie players. A moment to savour. They lead by 4 points. They trailed by 12 points at quarter time. They led by 13 at half time, and they trailed by 8 at three-quarter time. They're a few minutes away from a huge upset. Caracella playing for the free kick. Was he held? Yes, he was. Blake Caracella has booted 4 goals 2 today. Penetrating kick. Here's Cloak. He's built to be a star with the Pies. His dad was one of the all-time greats. He'd be sitting in the grandstand watching this kick. Can he bend it back? It's
Yes, he
bending
can.
back. Bends it like Beckham and kicks a goal. Collingwood by 10 points.
Contract for West Coast. 3 minutes remaining. They need 2 goals. You wouldn't put it past them. They've been super. They've been supreme so far in 2005. The Magpies have been desperate. Can they shut the gate here? Caracella. Hunter slides in. Chick. Lucuria. Nikoski wraps him up. Fierce in close. Burns wraps up Stenglein. Release the hands. Quick kick. Kerr versus Johnson. Big ball to win. Morrison gets it for the Pies. Handball to
Didak.
Shaw. Shaw goes out to Didak. He'll mark 70 from home. He's got Egan calling for it inside 50. He's got Fanning short. Didak will load it up. He'll go long to the pocket. At the back, O'Brien couldn't quite hang on, and it's a behind. It's still there for West Coast. 11 points the margin. 2 straight kicks will win it. Time a factor now. 2.5 minutes. Jones. West Coast have to do everything right from here. They're under pressure again, but might work out for them. Here's McConnell. Awkward kick at the feet of Cousins. He's wrapped up and taken down by Shaw. Here's Burns from 65. To the pocket to Tarrant. Couldn't quite hang on. It comes back to him at ground level. They pile in. They'll have a bounce. 35 metres out from the Collingwood goal. A major here would win it, you would think. They lead by 11 points. 2 minutes on the clock. Not much John Worsfold can do now. Tarrant into open space. Cloak could get it to Egan. The youngsters come on! And you reckon the Pies are home!
And the teenagers have got the crowd rocking at the G. 112 players, 95. By 17 points, it's the Pies. Lucuria's been grand today.
And holding the ball, so it's all going the Pies' way. 27 shots to 20.
Paul Lucuria, a minute and a half to go. This is a memorable victory for Collingwood. This is going to kickstart big things, you would assume. O'Brien has been good today as well. All those experienced players have stood up today. This man included Holland. Back edge of the centre square. Cross half back. Time is of no importance to Collingwood. Reece Shaw just glides onto the ball. 60 seconds left before a roar go around this stadium that we haven't heard for a long time. John Worsfold just pondering. Nothing to do now as Rowe takes an easy chest mark. As Collingwood just wind down the clock. Reece Shaw runs onto the ball. Now puts the foot on the accelerator. Good tackling and chasing by Ben Cousins. Now the whistle is gone.
It's gone back because he was slung up and he got rid of the ball, Reece Shaw.
So he'll take the free kick.
And Simon Prestigiacomo right next to him just saying, settle down. No, it's going to go down to Prestigiacomo because it was after he got rid of the ball, KB.
Okay, so where the ball lands. Last person to touch the ball. Lands on the ground. Now Prestigiacomo kicks the ball now. It's coming. It's a...
Blake Carousel, it's
coming all the way down. It's a 50-metre penalty. It's going all the way down to about 15 metres out from goal.
Is it a 50-metre penalty or was behind play that Blake Carosella had his jumper held?
Well, he may have. If he has...
It doesn't matter anyway.
It means that they go for the greater penalty to the opposition side, and Blake Carosella has booted 4 goals, 1 in each quarter. He's kicked 4-2. Have listened to the roar going around the ground if Blake Carosella kicks this, because we're down to the final seconds as Blake Carosella from directly in front kicks goal number 5.
Well, the top team has not been beaten by the bottom team since round 3 of 1997. It was Collingwood on the wrong end of it that day. They lost to St Kilda by 7 points. But today the Pies can sing it loud and strong at the MCG.
One of the biggest turn-ups we've seen for a while. They're the Cloak family. Julie Cloak clapping, happy.